Okay, we're live. We're going live. That's what the screen said. So we're here. Hello. Oh, it's working perfectly. Okay, great. Um, so I've had a few random crashes in OBS. I am not sure if it's the new video card that I have or if it was something in the settings of OBS. I think I've got it figured out, but if it unexpectedly crashes, I will try to get it up as quickly as possible. I think YouTube just picks the stream back up and puts my thumbnail up if I'm offline for just a little bit. So hopefully it should be okay. So hello, my name is Sarah. Use she, her, and hers pronouns. It's been a while since I've done a video because life is a thing, and this is holiday time season and stuff happens. So we're not going to talk about that. What we are going to talk about is video games because I love video games. And one of my favorite video games ever, Battletech from 2018, I think April 2018, uh, is one of my favorite strategy games ever. I love the Mech Warrior series. I remember playing the Xbox, the original Xbox Mech Warrior, falling in love with it, and I haven't really been as much in the recent stuff. I didn't play Mech Warrior Online because the kind of first person shooter combat simulator thing wasn't as fun to me as it was when I was younger. But then Battletech kind of recontextualizes the Mech Warrior universe in a way that I really do like, which is turn-based strategy games. I also like real-time strategy, like StarCraft and that kind of stuff. But turn-based strategy is my jam. I love Final Fantasy Tactics. I love like the XCOM reboot. I love what else has come out recently. Just yeah, it's the best. Into the Breach is another good game. I'm looking on my list over here. Um, I've played a lot of stuff, and also like real time strategy. I think They Are Billions is probably the only real time strategy game I've gotten really deep into lately. But I played a ton of StarCraft 2. I used to commentate StarCraft 2 and stream quite a bit for that. So it was pre-transition, so don't worry, it's not coming on these videos. But it was fun, and I liked that game a lot, and I liked watching competitive StarCraft. So yeah, BattleTech just like scratches a really great itch for me. I played it on an earlier stream, but that was on a way older computer before I got this new one, so it's a little bit choppy. And we also played the first like tutorial missions, which for BattleTech are pretty slow. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna load the game. We're also gonna watch the intro video again because it's really good. So I'm gonna be quiet during that, and then we're going to play like kind of the first big story mission that happens in BattleTech. I installed all the DLC. I didn't have any of it, so the urban warfare stuff is new to me. I don't remember what the other one was called. And then the heavy metal DLC is the one that just came out. But it's got new mechs, new scenarios, new places to go. Unfortunately, the mission structure is still pretty similar. It's either like ambush this convoy, or assassinate this mech, or kill this entire lance of mechs, or destroy these buildings. Those are kind of the only options. So unfortunately, those didn't get spiced up very much. But we're going to be playing the campaign anyway, which has a lot more kind of specialized missions. You got to break people out of prison or do weird flanking stuff with your mechs to draw guards away, or there's more stuff like that. So um, anyway, let's get into this. We're also going to watch the intro video, like I said, because it's really good. Switch to that view. And let me know in the chat if something isn't working on the stream. It says I have an excellent connection, so I think it should be okay. By the way, just a side note, this is Marnie. She's one of the characters in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and she is great. She also wears this very trans necklace, so headcanon is that she's a trans girl, and she's awesome, and you should play Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's really good. I'm thinking about getting a HDMI capture card device so that I can stream Pokemon, like just doing competitive battling and stuff, because I do a lot of breeding Pokemon. But capture cards are expensive. They're way more expensive than I thought they were. So it might be a little while until I can play Pokemon. I really wish that I could just play it from the desktop, but that's not a possibility. So here we go. Let's play some BattleTech, though. Dang it. I was trying to turn up the desktop audio. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because I have the music turned down so low in the actual game. Okay, well, this is pro video stuff here. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Okay. I just usually play this game a lot while I'm like watching, you know, TV shows or whatever, because it's a turn-based game. So I had that turned way down, but okay. Let's start it over. This is pro strats right here. But the good news is OBS didn't crash, and it did crash the last time I tried to start this, so I think I fixed whatever was going on. Okay, no. Go away. Notifications. Okay, there we go. Ugh, so good. I love everything about that intro video. I don't know anything about BattleTech lore or the Mech Warrior universe lore, other than that there was, you know, a Star League and whatever's in that video. But it always gets me pumped to play this game, and I'm sure if you know about the deep lore, it makes you even more pumped, because it's all like deep cuts in that video. But I don't know anything other than giant robots are cool, and I like min-maxing heat and weapons and missiles. Okay, so we're gonna do a campaign here. If you didn't watch the previous video, basically what happened is your mentor was killed in battle by a house under a king, so there's sort of like a monarch and then like feudal lords under that. One of the lords started a rebellion against the leading house, and you were part of their security detail, and so you got attacked, and your mentor got killed, and the people were overthrown by this very warlike and violent dictator now. So you are working with the house who has been kicked out of power to help free the other areas under this fascistic rule and restore the monarchy, because, you know, games. So Anyway, that's kind of the basic idea. Um, and the story is interesting in this. It's definitely like more than I expected it to be, but it's not the reason we're here. So we're gonna load a campaign here. I am on Iron Man for this, which I usually don't do because I am the scummiest save scummer, and you can hate me if that's what drives you to hate. But it's true. I like my people to live. I don't want anyone to die. But I've played this game enough that I think I can play it on Iron Man and be okay. We will see. I'm sure I will completely regret that decision 30 minutes from now, and I will make a very hilarious jump cut to one of my characters dying and me being very sad about it. But for now, here we go. The basic idea of this mission is there is a pirate queen who has captured a ship that's a very high-tech ship, and it has just been dormant on the surface of this moon for a very long time, and she has turned it into her moon base, but she doesn't know that it's actually a ship you can fly, and so you've been sent down there to take out the pirate queen and also to take the ship from her. So basically the way this game works, there's two levels of it. There's the outer shell, which I like games that have this. XCOM has this, which is one of my favorites, where you are managing your ship. You can like see your crew here. You can upgrade their abilities, which maybe I should actually do that before we start this mission. We'll deal with that later. These are your mechs. You can only have so many at a time. Later on, you'll get a bigger ship that can hold more mechs, but for now, these are what I have. They each have a weight class, which is here, and that's basically like how much weapons they can carry, as well as things like heat sinks, which reduce your heat when you fire lasers, or jump jets, which make you able to jump. It's all a balancing game of basically like heat, ammo, and damage. One thing that I really enjoy about this game is that you can shoot off certain parts of a mech, which you can see here. So like the whole mech has 336 structure damage, health, and 360 armor. And you can shoot through the armor to do structure damage, and if you destroy the structure of a part, which you can see like this front armor has 50, or the arm has 30, you destroy that part, and so they can't use the weapons that are on it. It is off of your mech, and you have to replace it with a new arm, which all costs money and time. Because the other thing is, as you can see, bankruptcy is a thing, and if we don't go do this job on the pirate moon, we're going to run out of money in 25 days. So without further ado, let's get started on this contract. I'm going to read these just for accessibility reasons, and also because it helps me focus on the game better. So that's why I'm going to do it. Commander, I'm setting a course for Lady Centralla's jump ship. It's strange, though, this moon it's taking us to, Exilius, doesn't appear on any of my maps, which leads me to wonder, where exactly are we going, and how do they intend us to get there? Several hours later, uncharted space. This is Yang, he's your mech engineer. That was one hell of a rough ride. My stomach is still doing somersaults. That's because those crazy bastards used a pirate point to get us here. If we'd suffered a misjump, a sour stomach would be the least of your concerns. The Leopard could have gotten irreparably mangled. Hell, we could have gotten irreparably mangled. The cautionary holovids they showed us at the academy were the stuff of nightmares. We're mercenaries. Our job carries an assumption of risk. You heard the commander. Stow the complaints, and pay attention. We have a job to discuss. A grainy map of a barren moon fills your view screen. A section of the image has been highlighted in white. The Argo's crash site is here, smack dab in the middle of a pirate stronghold. The ship, the stronghold, and everything around it belong to a self-styled bandit queen called Grim Sybil. Her gang is the closest thing that Axelis has to a ruling council. Grim Sibyl. Is that supposed to be scary? It sounds like the kind of name you'd choose out of a hat. What do their defenses look like? They're patchy at best. I don't think that Axelis gets a lot of visitors. They have strong anti-air cover, but little in the way of ground-based defenses. I'm seeing a lot of vehicles, but battle mech activity looks light. Define light battle mech activity. What are we talking about? I can't put an exact number on it. All I have are surface scans to go on. From what data I do have, I'd expect the pirates to be able to field a full lance of light battle mechs, all of them in poor repair. There are mixed reports of something bigger. That'll be Grim Sibyl's mech. I don't have any information on tonnage or armament, but given the shape that everything else is in on Axelis, I imagine it's being held together with chewing gum and baling wire. So the pirates have vehicles and turrets, maybe a few battle mechs. Got it. Keep going. The entire structure is surrounded by radar-guided anti-aircraft guns. Your first task will be to take down the radar towers so that Sumair can approach the derelict. After you've secured the crash site, she'll dock with the Argo and drop off the engineering team. And then they'll miraculously get a 200-year-old wreck flying again. Lady Centrala has bet a massive stack of sea-bills that they will. For what it's worth, I believe that her chief engineer can pull this off. I'd never heard of Dr. Farah Murad before Lady Centrala mentioned her, but I did some digging after our meeting. She was telling the truth. The doc has quite a reputation. Supposed to be some kind of frontier engineering wonderkind, and a genius at bringing dead ships back to life. We'll see. I wouldn't expect to find a really top-notch engineer this far outside of League space. Hopefully Dr. Murad will defy that particular stereotype. We'll find out one way or another soon enough. Good hunting, Sara. I'll be keeping an eye on you from up here. Oh, he's so kind. He cares so deeply. That's a lot of reading. I forgot that the story missions in this have a little more reading going on, but that's okay. It's nerve-wracking to read on a stream. I don't know why. Okay, so this is a very heat-focused mech. And I'm wondering if... Okay. Oh, I really don't want to have to speed through all that text again if I go back, but I'm thinking maybe I should teach my... Yeah, let's upgrade our mech warriors. I'll just click back through the dialogue really quickly. So this heat thing is really good, but I don't think we can get to it yet. Let's give her multi-target, which lets you target more than one mech in a turn. Confirm that. And then let's give him... No, I don't want that. Let's give him that so he gets a little more evasion. He's our speed guy.
Training confirmed, Commander.
And then let's give her that. And then this is my character. I don't think she can get all the way to here. This is like probably the best ability in the game. It's kind of... I'm kind of bummed about it because it's so overpowered that you almost have to go get it, because it lets you dissipate a ton of heat in one turn, and so you can basically like fire everything at something from the back or whatever, and then the next turn just reset your heat and just do it again. And it's such a momentum swing. It gives you so much power in 2 turns. It kind of feels necessary on like basically every pilot. I usually have like a 1 speed pilot, 1 like brawler punchy pilot, and then everyone else just has the heat thing because it's just so good.
Warrior training complete.
And then
Training confirmed, Commander.
okay, well, I'm sure this is riveting streaming. I'm sorry I didn't level up my characters. Oops, I do not want to advance that. Oh no, we're gonna have to watch the stream again. I think I can skip this actually. Okay. Huh, that's weird. It's like the things I already chose are picked. Um, I didn't know that it would remember that through different. Uh, I guess you could use that to like see all the text options if you really wanted to. Okay. So I have this assassin, and it's kind of a new. It's nice because it ignores evasion. So as your mech moves, it builds up evasion, and the more evasion it has, the harder it is to hit. And so it's really hard to hit really small mechs because they build up a lot of evasion at once. It's like that's a really cool way to abstract um, quick movement in a turn-based game. It feels really smart. It feels kind of like I don't know, like structurally it's different, but it feels like in principle it's kind of similar to like the Final Fantasy X system, where it's like it is turn based, but also the moves you use, if you use like a really powerful move, then it bumps you down even further, and so it feels like fast characters actually do get to attack more, like that kind of thing. This kind of feels like that. It's a really cool way to abstract this. But the intercept system and the assassin is one of the new things in the DLC. Allows you to shoot through those evasion, so that you don't have to shoot it so many times just to get one hit on it. So we're going to put Decker in that because he's our speed guy. And I think that'll be a good fit for him. Um, Piloting, is that the melee? Yeah, increases melee hit chance. And his is the highest. So this is my... This mech has a mod on it that makes it do more damage by when it does a melee attack. Most mechs you don't want to do that with because it's kind of a last resort. But for this mech, it's nice because it doesn't take any heat to punch something. So you can build up a ton of heat really quickly by like unloading all your weapons. And then the next turn, you just use the melee attack, and um, it does a decent amount of damage, and it also doesn't take any heat, which is nice. So sometimes this load can take a little while, although like I said, I got a new graphics card, so hopefully it will be a little bit better. It's hard to see, but on the stream preview, it looks like the black levels are a lot better than before. I bumped it up to a higher bit rate, so I'm hoping that that helps. Because I know in Alien there were some times where the black was kind of blotchy and gray, and it was a little hard to see. Um, the black levels don't matter as much in this game because, like I said, it's turn-based. Wow, that was pretty quick.
Command interface initiated.
Welcome to Axilis, Commander. It's every bit as charming as you'd expect a pirate-occupied moon to be. You'll find Grim Sibyl's radar stations just ahead. Defenses appear to be limited to turrets and ground vehicles, for the time being at least. We know that Grim Sibyl has at least one lance of battle mechs, so be ready for anything. Be careful of the pirates' turrets as you make your way into the base. They pack a nasty punch, and they can also sensor lock your mechs. Aim for the turret generator. That'll be the fastest way to neutralize the threat. After the pirates' radar stations are down, you'll be clear to proceed to the Argo. Good hunting. Commander, knock out their radar cover, crush any pirate resistance, and secure us that derelict. Wow, it's really cool to see the size of the Argo in comparison to the mechs, because the mechs are already gigantic compared to people. And so you really get a sense for how big that ship is. Okay, so this is the way that this game works. There's kind of two phases. Right now we're out of combat because we're not in range of anything that can attack us. And so we can just move and sprint without any penalty. One thing that frustrates me about this game is I wish you could zoom out further, because you have to do a lot of like panning the screen to be able to see where you're going. I'm sure there's something in like the DLL files, or not DLL, but the back end settings or something I can set to zoom out further, but I haven't looked into that yet. So we want to come attack this turret generator because destroying the turrets one by one takes forever. And if there's a turret generator, you can destroy it, and then it destroys all the turrets that are relying on that generator. So I can't remember if there's two in this map or not. I know there's that one over there. This is eventually where we're trying to get to, which is the ship over here. But there's this big wall in front of it. So we either have to jump over the wall or go around to the gate over here. I feel like there's another turret generator over here somewhere. But for now, let's just move up. This is the assassin, so we're going to send him this way. in case there's anything fast. This is our brawler, so we're going to send them right to the front lines. And I think I'm going to try and send this one around to the side a little bit. So these are the evasion pips that I was talking about, and the higher your evasion is, the harder it is for something to hit you. So it just is like a net reduction to your roll, basically. So now we're in combat because we're close enough to sense this turret. These are when your characters move. It's based on the weight of your mech. So faster mechs are 5s or 4s in there. Like it's like initiative, basically. And then 3s, because all my mechs are medium weight, well, except for the assassin. I wonder why that's moving in 3. I feel like that should move in 4. And then 2 is like heavy, and 1 is there's something past heavy that I can't remember. So we're gonna send him up here. He has an ability to scan something that's in range, so we're gonna send him up here. That blue ring right there is the range. So we're gonna keep him pretty safe behind this rock, but also be able to scan this turret at the same time, so that other stuff can hit it.
No one else singing this. Wake up, you idiots. We've got company.
I love how they used the static to edit out fuck there. That was really great.
Any more objections?
Woof.
Good.
It was
Get
dark,
out there
Sybil.
and fight.
They don't call you Grim for nothing. Okay, so we're in range of this. We can use our missiles. It's got 97 total health. This is too much math, so we're just going to shoot it. We don't want to multiply stuff. Ugh! Okay, well, we're 8 away. But I guess that means I didn't waste any ammo, because I couldn't have killed it anyway. Let's see if she can jump to get a shot. Yeah, there we go. So you can just move regularly. And you could see she couldn't get a shot just by moving. Moving around kind of the arc of where she can move, and she doesn't have a shot on this turret. But you can also use your jump jets for a heat cost and jump up here, and that does give her an angle on a shot. So we're gonna... You also have to position the angle that your mech is at too, which for now they haven't taken any damage, so it doesn't really matter. But like later on, let's say like your left arm has taken a lot of damage and you don't want to lose it, you can like orient your mech a certain way so that it's more likely that they'll hit your right arm or whatever, which is a really cool part of this game that isn't in anything else I've ever played. Okay, so we don't need to fire all of these weapons. In fact, it would be a waste of time and energy. So we're going to turn off these ones especially because they have an ammo counter. We can only fire them, well, 12 times, I guess, because I have 2 of them. I don't ever like to fire just one laser because you'll see there's an 85% chance that it'll hit. So it'll probably hit, but let's fire 2 just in case. You can see over here the heat goes up the more things I turn on. So if I fire everything, I'm almost to my heat limit right now. So we don't want to do that, of course. So we're going to turn these off, and now we're only doing a little bit of heat. We're also on a lunar surface, which means that heat doesn't sink quite as well for like moons or deserts or whatever. Similarly, if you go to like a polar region where it's really cold, your heat is actually improved, so you can shoot more energy weapons without the heat stopping you. So we're gonna fire this. There we go. We didn't need the second one, but that's okay. Better safe than sorry in that regard, because I don't want that turret to take me out later. Okay, we're gonna keep sending her over this way. Since she can't get a shot on anything and it doesn't really matter, we're gonna sprint, which uses up your whole turn, but it doesn't really matter because we're just trying to get her around over here to destroy this turret generator and also this radio tower over here, because that's our first goal right now. So what that means when it goes into the enemy turn like that, but then it doesn't show you pips for what their units are, that means that they have units that you can't see yet. So I think if we move him up here, we'll start to see them probably. I should turn the desktop audio up just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so he did reveal something. There's something over here, a vehicle, but we can't see it yet, so he's going to mark it. And then that will let other people shoot at it, even if they don't really have line of sight. Oh, he's going to move into our line of sight anyway, so that's kind of bad luck, but that's okay. Decker wasn't going to do anything else with his turn anyway, so that's fine. Okay, so if we jump up here, we can hit the radio tower and the car. Let's hit the car first. Oh. So when it's got this dotted line like this, it means that you could theoretically hit that unit, but you don't have a weapon that's in range, because he's only got short-range weapons and a medium laser. So, I thought I saw a red line that he could use to get to that. That's really good positioning by them. So, we're just going to jump up here then. And start to take this down. Oh no, that was bad news. So we jumped into the range of this turret. Once you move, you're committed to it, and we're playing Iron Man, so we can't go back. But that's okay. He'll be fine for one turn. At least it's in range of these missiles, so we can still do a decent amount of damage to this radar station. Oh no. I was trying to look at the chat and then... Final Fantasy meets Fire Emblem or StarCraft. Yeah, I think that's a really good way to describe it. It's like definitely more like the aesthetics of a StarCraft universe, but the gameplay feels a lot more, especially like Final Fantasy Tactics, because in the Final Fantasy Tactics games, it matters like which direction your character is facing, or whether they're above somebody on a slope or not. If they're like shooting arrows down at you, it's easier to hit, like that kind of stuff. So it feels more like that, but aesthetically it feels very StarCraft, sort of like space truckers doing your job. She probably could have gotten a better angle by jumping, but her heat is already pretty high, and let's see, can we hit this turret? We can only hit it with these AC2s. Okay, this is a good opportunity to show the multi-targeting. So I'm going to target the laser turret with these AC2s, and then I'm going to add the radar station as my second target. Oh, it's out of range for the lasers also. Well, that was going to be a good example, but it didn't work. So... the radar station is not going to attack us next turn, and the turret will. So I feel like we should aim at this. Unfortunately, it's hard to get someone in range to destroy the turret generator without destroying at least a few of these front turrets first. God, she's kind of stuck back here. I think we're going to have to get her to jump up too. Probably this angle. So this is what I was talking about, how you can kind of position. So like we could position this way if like her left arm had a lot more health than her right arm, or like this way if the right arm. It's kind of hard to. I need like the John Madden screen that you can draw on to do like they do in football. Okay, so we're gonna have her jump up here. I think only her large laser is going to have range, yeah. But it's okay, we hit it, which is good. So it's got 32 health left. Okay, we're good. The good thing about jumping is it gives you a lot of evasion. So... each time something shoots you, though, you lose 1 pip of evasion. So one way to take out like really evasive units is to focus your fire on it. Okay, so let's get him to just take this thing out over here. I feel like that's probably his best bet right now. Eventually, he's going to help destroy that radar tower, but the radar tower isn't going to shoot us, and this thing is, so... Oh, it even goes this turn, so... Let's see. One thing that sucks about shooting cars like this is they don't have a ton of health, so like hitting them in the same place multiple times will definitely kill it. But missiles, each missile targets a different part of the body, or at least like rolls a dice to see which side it targets. So it's hard to load up power, but let's see. Even just the lasers, if they hit the same place, are going to do 45 damage. So that's enough for a kill. Let's just roll the dice. Great. We got it. You can use Resolve, which is kind of like a MP, for lack of a better term, that lets you do like specific targeted attacks. So you can target like a certain part of the body, which is great for missiles because it focuses them all in one area instead of just being like a widespread of everything. But we didn't have to use it there, which was great. I don't want him to jump again down into here because there's a lot of things back here that want to kill him. So I think what we're gonna have to do... Can he not really move anywhere? God, he really can't. This was not a good choice. I should not have jumped up here. I got a little impatient and a little cocky. Let's see. If I jump here, I might be able to avoid a lot of that fire and still take this turret out, which is my concern right now. Let's do that. The thing that's hard about having a melee unit like this is that you do kind of want it to be close enough to engage, especially these vehicles, because melee attacks do double damage to vehicles. But it's also, you might be setting yourself up for a trap, so it's hard to tell when to go in on that stuff. Okay, so we're not going to fire the medium laser. That'll take us like just to the limit of our heat. But 20, 32... Oh my god, math. Okay, that would take us over. So we're shooting 6. It would be 6 times 8 times 80%, but that feels like enough. Let's go. Haha! We did it, and we didn't have to do math, which is great. I got a letters degree, not a numbers degree. I really wish I could take out this turret generator. How much health does it have? Looks like it has 200. I am a little worried about these cars, but not too worried. If it gets hot, I can kind of like duck her in behind this wall over here. If they all decide to go for me. Maybe I should just try and kill the car, actually. How much does this have? It's got 100. Oh, this is a great example. I can use it on this. So the medium lasers can target this, but only the AC2s can target this, because they have further range. So this is the example I was trying to show last time. So I'm going to target the striker for the AC2s, and we'll target this for the medium lasers. It's not going to overheat us. So let's do it. Guns and lasers are usually pretty good for cars because they do a lot of damage in one place instead of like the missiles that get spread out. Okay. This turret generator is almost done, so let's just finish that off. So for here, like I can shoot it from both of these places, but this first place only has 1 pip of evasion, and the second, you build up a second pip of evasion. So all things similar, it's better to go to this spot. We probably don't need to shoot that many things because it's only got 25 health. So let's turn the large laser off because that's got a huge heat cost. And then let's shoot 3 just to be extra safe.
Engaging target.
The heat tax was pretty low on that, so we're okay.
Target building destroyed.
Okay, so now their stuff is going to move. Hopefully these don't get too good of a shot on me. Later on in the game, the vehicles get really dangerous. Like, sometimes they have like 3 giant cannons on them that do like 60 damage each shot. Or just like so many missiles you can't even, like, dodging them doesn't matter. Let's see, his heat is doing pretty good. I think I want to just attack this radio tower because he's got missiles still. So let's do that. 69, nice. I don't want to do math, so let's just shoot, and hopefully it'll be good. Great, -40. Look, we did extra math damage. I probably could have turned some of those off and saved myself a little heat, but it's okay. So his heat is really high right now. It's almost at the breaking point. So we're going to move the other characters first and hope that we don't need to use him this turn. Let's split these. Let's do the same thing here. Actually, this might be a heat problem too, but let's see. Oh yeah, that's a lot of overheating. Okay. Let's just do regular attack. We'll just take most of these lasers off. Oh, we can still fire 2 lasers. That should be enough. She says confidently. Ugh. We got the structure exposed on 2 different parts of it. That sucks. Okay, well, let's see. Her heat is pretty low, so let's just jump forward. Oops. Oh, I don't want to go here. You can see this eye right here? That means that you don't have line of sight. And you can still shoot those shots, but you take an aim penalty. And we can't risk an aim penalty right now, so. Alright, so we're going to have her jump forward. Oh, she doesn't have multi-shot. Oopsies. Great. Great. Okay, great. This is fine. Which one of these is more dangerous? This one has a large laser on it. Okay, let's see. What can Medusa shoot? Oh, I guess we can't go check, can we? I guess once we've committed to moving with her, we have to finish her turn first. I think he can do something to this. So actually, let's have her try to kill this and just not use that much heat on it.
Engaging target.
Great. Probably shouldn't have fired 3 lasers, but
Enemy unit destroyed.
better safe than sorry, especially with these early units. Okay. Let's just get as close as we can. Next turn, he'll be able to just go stomp it, so if this doesn't work, we can at least do that. Oh, I can shoot all of my missiles without going to my heat limit. What about, can I shoot a laser? Oh, yeah, let's do that. Okay, fingers crossed. Yes. Great. That was almost very dangerous for us, but we got some lucky shots there, and it all worked out. Okay, so we're just gonna sprint ahead right now because I need all of my units to lose some heat. We have to take out this other radar tower over here. Especially this guy needs to lose some heat. So we're just going to send you there. Brace, just like is defend for the turn or whatever. It reduces your heat, and then it also puts you in a guarded state, so things do half damage to you. So just in case, in the off chance that we get ambushed by something, it gives them a chance. Sometimes it looks like you should not have line of sight, but this snow does not exist in the game's physics engine, and so you actually do have line of sight to this. So since it's working in my favor, I'm not going to complain about it. But I guess lasers can shoot through snow, you know, it's fine. Oh, her heat is really high too. Okay, let's just shoot the AC-2s. Because we don't need to take this down this turn, specifically. Send you up here. Originally, this comes with a PPC, which is a particle... What does PPC stand for? Particle Propulsion Cannon, I think? But it's basically like a big rail gun that does a ton of damage. And it's really cool, but it's also very heat inefficient, and so I put this large laser on, which only does like 10 less damage than the PPC, and has a lot lower heat threshold. I think we're going to be able to just kill this. Unless I get really unlucky here. Okay, great.
Target building destroyed.
I like the destructible building stuff in this. It does a pretty good job of falling apart for a game that, you know, otherwise doesn't really have a physics engine necessarily. Okay, we're going to come up here and then we'll jump over next turn. These other ones just have to run down the road, I think. I feel like this is really mean. Whenever, I mean, it's a cool effect, but whenever your mech like runs through buildings that aren't like buildings you have to destroy, but just like small houses and stuff, they just completely get eviscerated like that, which makes me feel very guilty, you know, as far as like we're supposed to be helping people. Oh, I guess I can't jump over this. I just figured this wall would be short enough that the assassin could jump up there, but that's okay. We'll just have to sprint over here instead. I don't like how much quieter the music gets when the character voices come in. Just... turn this down here a little bit. Okay. I think that should be a little bit better of a sound balance. So we're gonna... I think we have to send all of our units into this orange area here.
Aye, aye.
To get this ship on board. Uh-oh. Oh, it's being blocked by the other one. Let's move this one first. So this is the ship we're trying to get over here. Oh, he's going to show us. The crash site is secure. Sumar, you've got a clear approach path to the derelict. 2 steps ahead of you, Exo. Watch yourself, Commander. I'm coming in hot. I like my custom color design on this. package is delivered, XO. I'm taking the Leopard to the safe distance before the pirates can get their guns running again. Roger that, Dr. Meyer. Dr. Murad, your team is clear to enter the derelict. I hear you, Mr. Oliveira. We're making our way inside now.
Alright, people, you know what to do. Marines, clear the ship of pirates.
I really wish the whole game was voice acted. But that's okay. Good thing my evasion is so high. Oops. I keep forgetting that when I go to like balance the audio, it's gonna show my main screen for a minute.
Ready for orders.
Okay. So now the tactics are gonna matter a lot more. This is a much closer fight. So we've got 1, 2, 3 mechs right here, and then 2 vehicles back here. I'm wondering if I kind of want to draw the mechs up so that I can fight the vehicles by themselves.
Good to go.
I guess if I move here, where's everybody else? They're pretty far back. I don't even know if my blackjack can get a shot right now. Maybe she can jump. Oh yeah, she can jump to a shot. Okay. Let's move her first since she's the furthest away. Is that the only place I have a shot? Yeah, it is. It's only 50%. Okay, well,
Lifting off.
we're not going to gain a lot of heat, which is good because we're going to use the AC-2s because it's the only thing in range. So if it hits, great, and if it doesn't, we're not going to lose that much.
Acknowledged.
Okay, well, took off an evasion pip,
No luck.
and that's good. Those vehicles moved up really quick. I think we're just going to have to focus our fire and take out this commando first. Let's do that. Sorry about your moon house. I'm sorry I ran over it. Maybe I should... Oh yeah, we have full resolve, so let's do this. Focus our missiles on that center torso.
Roger that.
Oh my god, it has 1 health left. Ugh. Game. So if you destroy the center torso, or both legs, or the head, all 3 of those take a mech out of battle. The center torso is the easiest, I find. Later on in the game, they start to have really high armor in the center torso, so sometimes it's easier to shoot off both legs later on. But so we're gonna have him jump over here because Decker needs some backup, and this guy, oh, he doesn't have multi-shot though. Neither of these characters do. Okay, well, this is the lower chance shot, so let's take this shot
Engaging
first.
jump jets.
Still 70%. Should I use this to target the core? I guess everything else is pretty low health also. I can't believe that all of these had all their armor destroyed but no structure damage, or not enough structure damage. It's got 1 health. Okay, let's just fire.
Engaging target.
Great! It hit right in the middle. That was perfect. That's exactly what we needed.
Destroyed.
Good shot. Okay, so now maybe he can destroy this car. They're both pretty low chance shots. But what I'm trying to do is get these ones trapped back here so that I can take these 2 out and not have to fight everything at the same time. Definitely, like, the name of this game is focus fire and splitting the enemy up, because if you're getting targeted by so many things at the same time, it's really hard to keep your momentum going. And if you start to lose parts of your mechs and you start to lose weapons, then your damage goes even lower and it's hard to get kills, and then they can start to snowball. This whole game is very much like a battle of attrition in a way that I also really enjoy in a strategy game, because so many strategy games feel like building up to the perfect moment, hitting that right shot or that perfect attack or that special summon or whatever to like put you over the top, and then you just start to like use your power to finish out the rest of the mission. And for this game, it doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like very much just like chipping back and forth until you slowly build an advantage over time by taking better shots, by being in a better position, by splitting the enemy up a little bit, by focusing your shots on like taking their legs out or whatever so they lose a turn, that kind of stuff. And I just really enjoy the way that this game uses its mechanics. So we only have an 18% chance if we shoot at the legs, and we have a 33% chance if we shoot at the torso. So let's just try. Let's just see if we can get some torso damage here. Well, we damaged both arms, which on that mech is a good idea because the arms are where its lasers are. So, okay, this is just a locust, which is great. It's like the lightest possible mech. It just has that single laser. So that's good. We can kind of just ignore that for now.
Commander?
Decker could probably kill it because he's in the assassin and he can cut through those 4 evasion things. But I feel like killing this Jenner or the Scorpion is probably more important.
Waiting for orders.
Let's... Oh, his movement is kind of restricted because of where Decker is.
What's up, boss?
So let's see. That's a really long shot, so we're gonna have to have her jump somewhere. Why don't we have her try to core out this Jenner first? Can the medium lasers hit it? Oh, just the AC2s. They can hit there, but they have a really low chance. I know what we'll do. Okay. Let's multi-shot, multi-target. And we're just gonna use one laser to get off some evasion here. And then we'll use the AC2s on the Jenner, which is our actual shot for the turn. So it missed, but that doesn't really matter because that was our goal anyway. And that didn't miss, which is good. Didn't really hit where we wanted it to, but that's okay. So it's gonna move next. That's a weird position. Oof, that sucks though. It's our leg, structure exposed. So if the assassin loses its legs, it pretty much loses its usefulness. I'm wondering if I should attack this Scorpion here to try and take it out of contention before it has a chance to shoot on Decker also. I feel like that's probably the right play. Let's try that.
Got it.
It's his left... Oh, it's his right leg. Crap. It's always... It's stage... Anyway. Stage left, stage right. It's like the mech forward, but it's shown the other way here, so I always think of it as switched. I wish it was the opposite. 72% chance if we aim here. So let's try that. Fingers crossed. Yes. Great.
It's go time.
Way overkill. But that's
Enemy
fine.
vehicle destroyed.
Overkill in this game is much better than leaving yourself open to a counterattack, for sure. That was a weird shot. That was a very far away shot. I don't know why
Orders.
they took that shot. It's close enough that my small laser works, which is like It's like almost like a free attack, basically. It does cost a little bit of heat, but there's like small laser, machine gun, and a few other like really close range attacks that basically are free. So let's try to kill this Jenner first, actually. Good on heat. But that's good. Another thing to note too is that as parts of the mech get destroyed, basically like when the game does a dice roll in the background and targets something that's already destroyed, it moves that damage inward. So like as you destroy the right arm and then the right torso, if you shoot again from that side, the only things it can hit are the leg and the center torso. And so you can kind of like, you can't fully control the way the rolls go, but you can kind of influence them a little bit in a way that I also think is like a really smart design decision. Okay, so we want to jump to 4. I think this is the only thing we can target, so let's just try to take this out right here. I'm wondering if we should precision strike, but I feel like it's low enough armor that we can just kind of shoot and hope that the lasers hit fine. Okay, great. There's
Enemy unit destroyed.
part of this building just like flew off into oblivion for no reason.
Alpha Squad pinned down in the Argo's main hallway. Bravo Squad is holding the door to engineering, but you better hurry up.
That's not good. Okay, so he's taken a lot of right side damage. We're gonna have to be careful of that. I'm glad it chose to attack this Brawler Hawk instead of attacking the assassin over here.
Ready for orders.
Let's just punch it. I think we can just go punch it. Right? Oh, it's on too much of an angle. That sucks. We can punch this Jenner, though. Let's do that. So for melee, you choose where you stand, and we actually want to stand on this side. So that's the red outline up here. That means that we're going to do damage on the side that's already hurt, so that it's more likely to break through.
Targeting.
Great!
Attack.
We got it. This is just all my turn. Everything else is gone, so I think we're going to be
Standing by.
good on this.
Moving out.
Just going to get as close as possible. Just alpha strike here, just shoot everything. Should be enough. There we go. Okay,
One less target.
great.
Dr. Murad, what's happening in there? Come in, Doctor.
Okay, we're just going to have you brace.
The pirates are dead. But so are half of my engineers. It's an unholy mess in here. Bodies everywhere.
They added this.
Can you get the ship flying again? I need an update.
I feel like this is new.
Do you want me to talk or do you want me to fix the damn ship? You do your job, I'll do mine.
I don't remember her team like dying in there. Wow, that's really intense. I feel like they added that later on, because I played this campaign when it first came out, and I haven't replayed this mission since then. So, let's move you up here.
Location confirmed.
We need to just spend a turn like getting rid of our heat. So. Let's just have everyone chill out for a turn. I didn't even mean that, but that's great. Brace, brace, brace,
Managing heat.
brace. Wow, that was a cool Inception music hit there. You think you're gonna steal my ship, you miserable little scrub? Nobody steals from Grim Sybil. I'm gonna carve you like a roasted pig. That's a Big Mac. Yeah, but it's in terrible condition. Concentrate your fire, and you should be able to take it. I think this is the first time you encounter a heavy mech in this game. And this Shadowhawk is not to be trifled with either. It's got a big gun.
Damage minimal.
Okay.
Receiving you.
So Decker is in trouble. He's had his leg hurt and his torso hurt, and that's also where his missiles are. So we need him to be facing left. But I'm wondering if maybe I should just... Where can he jump to? I feel like we kind of need his extra firepower right now, but I'm nervous about it. So I think instead what I'm going to do is just put him back here and use sensor lock just to get rid of this evasion right here.
Sensors locked on.
Because what I don't want to do is put myself in a really dangerous position here and let the Pirate Queen just like unload on me. Let's jump up here. I kind of want to make the Pirate Queen commit to going one of two directions. I think I'm going to try and split my guys up a little bit, because at least that way she kind of has to turn one way or the other, and I can hopefully get in on the back of her. But for now, let's try to take out this Shadowhawk's leg. Oh, the laser hit. That's good. Oh, we got a head hit. That's nice. Not enough to destroy the head, but any time you do damage to the head, the pilot inside takes 1 health damage. And you can see down here, like, she has 4 health. It's kind of hard to see. They're like little gray bars under the picture. But like this character only has 3 health. So if I hit the head 3 times, the mech would die no matter what, even though the robot would still be functioning, the pilot would be dead. So she can't get a shot on the Shadowhawk here. Oh, yeah, she can, right there. Oh, but it's a blocked shot. So since we spent a turn getting rid of heat, I feel okay jumping up here. Let's... oh, that's only AC2s. Can I hit with the lasers if I jump closer? See, the problem here is I'm really committing to her being out in a really dangerous position if I jump this far. I don't think I can get in laser range without it being blocked like this. I guess it still has a 60% chance. Let's do that.
Copy that.
Because we'll use a precision shot, and then that'll increase it even more. Now it's 80. That's pretty good. Only an 18% chance to hit the leg, but we're shooting each of these, so hopefully at least one of them will, because it's only got 56 health left.
Acknowledged.
Oops, 6. Yes! Got it. Good.
Target's taking a critical hit.
So that's great, because it removes 1 initiative, so it gets moved back to this first round, which means all of my mechs are going to be able to go again before this mech does, and it's stuck on the ground, so it can't do anything. So it has to spend its entire next turn getting back up. So that's good. That's a great start. I'm wondering if I should just go in for the kill and just try to get this Shadowhawk off the board, or if I should attack the Pirate Queen. Let's just take out the Shadowhawk. I think that's the right choice. This is a good situation where, since we've already destroyed one of the legs, it probably makes more sense to shoot at the other leg. When something is on the ground, you get a called shot no matter what, so you don't have to use the precision strike to target a certain part of the body. It's only a 15% chance versus a 50% chance to hit the middle. So I think I am just going to shoot at the core.
Engaging target.
Ooh, the laser hit. 22! Oh, it's almost dead. Okay. Let's just kill that Shadowhawk.
Critical damage detected.
So she's going to get to go 1 turn here. Is she gonna commit? Yes. Oh, and all those lasers missed. Good job. Good bait. Good bait.
Hot damn. Let's do this.
So now she's stuck over here.
Good to go.
So let's get Decker in here. Which side is it? It's his right side. I have to, I have to do this to translate which side of the mech because it's just hard for my brain to track. Okay, so his right side is hurt, so we want to turn to the left. And you can see this arc right here is like, when it's red, that means he can target that mech. So we're going to go like that. Protect his right side. And then I think we'll probably just shoot at the core again since it's so close.
Engaging with target.
Yes, got it. Okay, great. Great.
Enemy down.
Let's see. Maybe he can just straight up jump behind her. Oh yeah, let's do that. And with a height advantage too. Let's go here so that his small laser can hit. Okay.
Confirm.
Does the precision strike add any? No, not really. I think it makes one, yeah, 75 or 80, but that's okay. I guess the point of the precision strike is we could focus on one area of the back, but that's okay. Oh, I think I don't even want to fire the small laser. Actually, let's turn the missiles off.
Gotcha.
Okay. So the back usually has way less armor, so if you can shoot in the back, it does a lot more damage, and also there's only 3 possible areas it can hit. So the dice roll for like do missiles hit a certain area and do a lot of extra damage is a lot more likely. Okay, so I feel kind of nervous with her jumping because her heat is already so high, but I don't think she can move anywhere from here. So, and I can't hit anything good really. I think I've got to commit her to jumping up here. Or even back here. Can I hit the back if I go here? Oops. Did not mean to commit to that, but here we are. It might hit this part of the back. Shutdown imminent, though. This is a good situation where I probably do want to overheat my mech, just to get as much damage in as possible. You just don't want to do shutdown, because if you do that, you have to spend an entire turn starting back up, and the other mechs can take free shots at you, which is not good. So we're going to turn this one off. It's only 70% anyway. And basically when you overheat, you take structure damage to all of your parts at once. And I think it's like 5 per part or whatever. But she still has a lot of armor, so I'm not that worried about losing her structure damage. So we should be okay. Let's do... Let's try and shoot that leg out, actually. Let's do that.
Engaging target.
Oh, the big laser missed on the leg, but that's okay. Oh, if it would have hit, it would have worked.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
So see how we took a little bit of damage there.
Recommended level.
But we're almost near the end of the mission, and we should be okay. I'll bet you Behemoth's probably going to have to do the same thing. You don't want her to be too close. But you also want as many evasion pips as possible, so we're going to do that.
Location confirmed.
So everything has an 85% chance. And then let's try to shoot that same leg out.
All weapons are go.
That did not go good. Well, we critted the LRM, so she's not going to be able to use her missiles, which is good. But I think she hit basically every single part except for the leg. but that's how the dice roll sometimes. I think that's another thing I enjoy about this game is it feels very tabletop, even in like the laser sight that you have to use to see if you have line of sight. It feels like really tabletop, but in a way where it does all the math for you, which is my favorite type of tabletop game. Okay. I think let's just have him jump behind again. He's doing good with that. And we might let him overheat also here. I'm gonna attack that back center torso, and then, yeah, let's just do it. Come on. Okay, got some good crits, did a lot of damage.
My mech is overheating.
Didn't actually do a ton of damage to the core, but that's okay. We got 3 more turns here. I think we're just gonna go all in on this here. Which side is hurt? Right side. Yeah. So we want the left side showing. Okay.
Affirmative.
Oop, that's a little more straight on than I wanted, but that's okay. He's like our only character that's not going to overheat. Oh, God. Everything has the armor gone, but no structure damage yet.
Waiting for orders.
Okay.
Moving out.
We're going all in. I think she's got to take structure damage again here. I guess really going all in would be shut down and hope that I win this turn. What do I have to do to be just overheating? Oh, I have to turn off 3 lasers just to overheat instead of shut down. Okay, let's make a bad decision. Let's just go for it.
Taking the shot.
Oh! Oh, Behemoth, you did it. Good shot. Good shot.
Engine critical. Shutting down.
Yeah, her mech is not happy about that. But it's okay, because all we have to do is evacuate, and we're good.
Jump jets. Shutting down. My heat gauge is pegged.
Oh no, I think I shut him down on accident. By jumping. Well, he had to jump because I don't think he could have walked from there. So, oops. Yep.
Warning. Heat exceeding recommended level.
We're taking a lot of heat. Yeah, I definitely shut his mech down. Oh, she can't get there this turn. Okay, well.
Stabilizing. Engaging coolant system.
Just gonna brace,
Roger that.
get everyone else in the evac zone. This feels a little contrived because, like, we've already killed all the mechs. I don't know why you have to move to the evac. Most of the time, the game doesn't make you do that, but it's okay. It's done. I can't believe it. It really worked. The engines are online, and I have thrust control. Go now. Celebrate later. Roger that. Hang on, Commander. For the first time in 2 centuries, this beast is going to fly.
Mission successful.
We did it. That went really smooth. That was great. This game is very scary sometimes. Like, it can just, out of nowhere, really turn the tables on you in a way that's really hard. So for a mission to go that good is pretty rare, but it helps that I've done the mission before. I think that's a little bit of cheating, but... so unfortunately, we did so much damage to that quick draw that we only get 1 piece of it in salvage, which sucks, but a large laser is good. Don't need any, like, ammo or anything. SRM-6s are pretty good. It's good to, like, load up a really close combat thing with a ton of SRM-6s and then just, like, blast something with a ton of missiles from behind. Something, like, fast. Okay, let's take those. So the way the salvage system works is you have a certain amount of locked-in salvage that you can pick, and then the game assigns you random salvage. I'm glad it randomly gave me the Shadowhawk. That's nice. So we'll go into the mech menu, and I'll show you how you can, like, upgrade and repair things. which is also a big part of this game. I love the animation in this. Like, just the style is really cool. Big reveal. I think you're not supposed to know that she's the one who recruited you for this mission. But that's the deposed previous monarch in exile, high orbit Alloway. You've done excellent work, Commander Neptune, and you've earned yourself an opportunity to do more. Meet your real client. I don't believe that she needs an introduction. I'm happy to see you again, Lilith. Or should I say, Commander. You've done well for yourself. The old man would be pleased. It must come as a shock to you seeing us here at Alloway, seeing us at all. I apologize for that, but I had to be sure that you were the mech warrior I remembered before I reached out to you. And now, with the Argo on its way to Lyerton for repairs, I know you are everything I remember and more. None of that matters, Lady Arano. I'm just happy to see you alive. Yes, but how? Forgive me, Lady Arano, but you're supposed to be dead. Lord Madria, too. The news feeds ran footage of your dropship getting blown out of the sky, on a loop for months. That wasn't her dropship. The broadcasts of her death were Directorate propaganda, well-crafted lies to keep the masses in line. And with that, Kamea, I'll leave you to your reunion. Best of luck with the negotiations, and keep me appraised of whatever decision you come to. Lady Centrala's face winks off of the view screen. The dull blue hue of her hollow projection slowly dies away. Lady Centrala was right about the propaganda, Lilith. My uncle's directorate is run on lies. That's the fascist dictatorship. Though in this case, they very nearly became true. The directorate's assassins pursued us into the frontier. In the months following the coup, we had more than our share of close calls. Unfortunately, eventually they gave up looking for us, and we've been living in exile ever since. Where have the two of you been hiding for the past 3 years? As far from Directorate space as we could get without leaving the frontier, a miserable little ball of rock called Zathreus. It was a nasty, brutish planet full of internecine strife and bloody turmoil. There were power struggles and mad nobles, plagues and zealots and holy wars. So you're saying it was a typical frontier world? More or less. Living on Coromadir, I heard stories about the problems that many frontier systems face, but I was detached. I never saw how rough life outside the Aurigan coalition could get. My uncle's coup changed everything, Lilith, including me. Okay, so you made it off Coromadir, and you found me. Let's talk about why. I imagine you've already guessed. I intend to seek justice for my uncle's crimes. I intend to take my throne back, but I can't do it without you. We have resources, an army drawn from all across the frontier. Perhaps most importantly, we have the patronage of Lady Centrella and the tacit support of her government. That means money, a great deal of money. I hadn't realized that the Aurigan coalition was on such good terms with the magistracy. It wasn't. Not really. But they want to see the Directorate dealt with, and it isn't in their interest to do it themselves. They'd prefer to keep their own hands clean. Oh, you know, just proxy war. That's how it goes. In light of this, Kamea's claim to the throne is an asset worth paying for. The rimward periphery is a powder keg, Lilith. Tensions between the Taurian Concordat and the Federated Suns are high, and my uncle's military posturing could be viewed as a provocation by either side. If open conflict between superpowers were to erupt, it would be difficult for anyone to remain neutral. The Magistracy wants to avoid getting dragged into a major war. And your House Centrala's best hope for a clean solution. They fill your war chest, you remove the Directorate from the board, and the Magistracy lets tensions between the Federated Sons and the Taurians simmer down on their own. Am I reading the situation correctly, Lady Arano? If you are hardcore into BattleTech lore, you know all these names. I didn't know it, and so one thing I like is that if you highlight something, it gives you backstory, just like some basic, like what you would search up on a wiki or whatever, about what each thing is, and I found that really helpful. I won't be reading all of them, but I'm going to try to mouse over them, so if you're watching and you want to know, you can pause the YouTube video and then read those. Correctly enough, Mr. Oliveira, but understand that this isn't just about diffusing a dangerous situation. For me, taking on the Directorate is personal. My uncle betrayed me. The founding council has been reduced to a handful of powerless figureheads. Our very identity has been cut away and discarded. House Espinoza is long overdue for a reckoning, and with your help, I will bring them to one. Join with me, Lilith, and we will not fail. You've already sold me on this, Kamea. I pledge myself and my company to your cause. I was hoping you'd say that. Of course, you cannot wage war on my behalf while your travel restrictions remain in place, and so I shall break them. Now that you have pledged yourselves to me, I will buy your company's debts, all of them. You'll be free to travel and seat clients as you please, so long as you come to me when I call for you. And on the day that I reclaim my throne, your obligation to me will be forgiven, your debt wiped clean. Great to know that in the future, space capitalism is still making us debt slaves. Of course, you will also be paid for every battle you fight at our behest, at a rate that will feel quite generous, given the clientele that you are accustomed to. Thanks to House Centrala, we have money to burn. You choose a backstory for your character, and if it has this blue thing, it means it's related to the backstory that you chose, or to previous character traits that you decided on. So I usually try to say these because I feel like it fits with the character. But most of these options for speaking don't really matter that much. You kind of just get to the same place no matter what. There isn't really a lot of player choice, which is definitely a critique of the game. I wish that there was more player choice. There are some key points in the game where you get to choose what you do, but for the most part, the dialogue options are just to get more information. They don't really give you much choice around the characters. I took down the scum that betrayed my family, Kamea. It seems only right that I help you do the same. Thank you, Lilith. I feel that Raju Montgomery is smiling down on us even now. I'll take my leave of you now. I have an army to rally and preparations to make, but it won't be long before I contact you again, and when I do, I'll need you ready. Prepare yourself and your company, Lilith. Our war is about to begin. Lady Arano just bought up all of our debt, Commander. That means no more banks restricting our jump ship access. You were confined to a small area of the map for these early missions. We can travel to more systems now, but we should still steer clear of the major states. We don't want it to look like we're going to cut and run. Good news, Commander. Once Doc Murad and her crew got that wrecked ship safely away, they found most of a Centurion in its cargo hold. It's not equipped for combat yet, but with a little love and attention, I think I could return it to service. Swing by the mech bay and check it and order a refit. So we're going to do that. We're going to power up the Centurion because I think it's a good mech. I can't remember if it's a heavy mech or a medium mech, but it's pretty good.
Is cleared for fighting.
Great. We gotta choose something to get rid of. I'm gonna sell this spider because I don't really need it.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
And we're gonna sell this commando because we also don't really need that. Okay, so here you can go to the mech bay, and in the mech bay you can see all of these mechs are hurt because we did structure damage to them during the battle. So we're just gonna repair because we don't need to replace any parts. Like none of the arms or weapons got destroyed. So these are just kind of like in the background, like a passive repair that's happening. Unfortunately, you can see we're up to 24 days of repairs with all of our mechs. So luckily we got a lot of money for that last job. So we can kind of just let this roll for a minute. But first we're going to outfit the Centurion. So you can go into this refit menu, and then it looks really overwhelming, but it's actually not that complicated here. But these are all the different parts. So the right arm, right torso, center torso. This top line is the armor for the front, and then this bottom line on some of them is the armor for the back. You can't shoot like the back of the arm, so there's only one armor value for those. You can't change the structure. Every unit has a certain amount of structure under it. Like this has 60, and you can't change that. But you can allocate your armor. So you can take all the armor off. You can add the maximum amount of armor. Usually each mech is set to be like in the middle of those. I like to put the weapons on first and then deal with the armor after that. Unless something is like a brawler or a really up-close mech, it doesn't really need that much armor. But we'll deal with that later. First, let's look at what this mech can use. So it's got one hard point for gun emplacements, like this AC2 or AC5. These are weapons that are really heavy, and they shoot actual like cannon shells that you have to load on as ammo right here, which also takes up weight. So I tend to not use these guns very much because they tend to be more heavy than it's worth. They have really low heat though, which is the benefit of them. I think what I want to do is start with missiles. I think this will be an up-close kind of brawler mech. I usually like to make my Centurions that. But you could, for example, put 3 long-range missiles on here and make it a really long-range missile boat. In fact, actually, I don't think we have one of those yet. Maybe I should do that. I think this will be a long-range one. So we're going to do Centurion. We're going to name it Missile Boat, so that I remember what it does. And let's just put these long-distance LRMs on here. So LRM stands for long-range missile. SRM stands for short-range missile. LRMs can go over terrain, so you can shoot like over a hill or over a building. And they're really good for that. SRMs can't do that, but they do more damage per missile, so they're more like an up-close, obviously, weapon. We've got a medium laser here. Let's put on our ammo for these. I like to put my ammo in the legs of my mech, because if the ammo gets crit, it explodes, and I don't like to do that somewhere where it can damage the pilot. So at least if one of the legs explodes, it sucks, like it's not good, but they're not usually targeting your legs, and the legs have enough armor that even if the ammo does explode, sometimes it's not enough to destroy the leg, so I like to put it down there. Let's do... I'm wondering if we can fit a large laser on here. So it's got 5 tons. I guess if we do that, it's the whole weight of the thing. So, see, it would be full there, and then we can't change the armor or anything like that. I guess our other option is to put a medium laser here. Oops. A medium laser here. And then we have 4 more tons to play with, so we could do... Usually missile boats don't need jump jets because they're shooting over stuff anyway. But sometimes I like to give something just like 1 or 2 so that if it gets stuck somewhere, it can just do like a little hop. You'll see these each have a half ton of weight. I wonder if maybe we can fit an AC2 on here. How much does that weigh? Oh, it weighs 6 tons. Never mind. See, this is why I never use this, because it would be 6 tons. This is the lightest gun. It would be 6 tons to put this on here. We only have 4 remaining anyway. And these aren't even the biggest LRMs you can have. You can go all the way up to LRM 20. So this is like a middle of the road missile build right now. And we only have 2 ammo for this. We could have 3. And even now, we can't put the gun on. It's too heavy. We'd have to take off a ton of armor to be able to put it on. So it's like, why even use those? There are some mechs that are like obviously really built for it, and later on when you get like heavy mechs and the one that's heavier than heavy that I can't remember, massive or whatever, those mechs have enough weight to play with that you can eventually start to add the guns. But on all these earlier mechs, like medium and light mechs and even some of the heavy mechs, it's like they're not even worth the weight usually. So we're not going to do that. Let's add some armor instead. So it's 4 ticks of armor per 20.25 tons. So that's how I track it. I just add 4 pips at a time. Let's add 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. That's a decent amount of armor. And then let's just add jump jets, I guess, because like the heat on this mech is not going to be too high. Missiles are not very high heat, and especially if it's a long range mech, it can just like run away for a turn. So I'm not too worried about that. So let's put jump jets on it. Let's put 2 in the middle and 2 on the legs. And confirm. So since we're completely refitting that entire mech, it's going to take forever. 49 days. So we're not going to be able to use it. But let's see if there's any contracts we can travel to. So both of these contracts have a travel. This one we're going to get paid a lot more for, and it's 22 days. It's also just a battle, which is great. It just means destroying other mechs, so nice and easy. And it's only a half ton, and we have way more weight than that. So we're just going to take this as an easy mission here. Since it's only a half ton, we're going to be going up against mechs that are not very good. So I'm going to just get a lot of money for it and not really care about the salvage that I get.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
So these missions that are on other planets are nice because the person who's asking you to do the mission pays for your travel. So all these mechs are going to get fixed in transit so that when we arrive there, we're going to be able to just use our mechs and start the mission instead of having to wait around and waste a ton of money. Organized chaos. Sometimes these like mission or just like little character beats show up in between missions. In the morning briefing, Yang jumps right in. Commander, the Leopard is too small. My mech techs keep tripping over everything. Chief, we've talked about this, Darius says in exasperation. We can't exactly knock down any walls. Sumair inserts herself. What if we moved some supplies into other parts of the Leopard? The bunks, the kitchen, hell, I'll even store some boxes in the cockpit if it'll help. Yang rubs his chin. Yeah, if I had some breathing room for a week, I could reorganize and make room for everything to move back. So we can either tell Yang just to make do, we can move only a small part of supplies, or we can fill every last corner with mech-based supplies. My guess is that if we do this, it's going to have him be able to improve our mechs quicker and fix them better. So we're going to pick that. Morale decreased by 2, which sucks. That's a lot. But the company gains a +3 tech point boost for 30 days. So now this assassin is going to be done before we land in Detroit and before it was after that. So that's a fair trade. It sucks to lose 2 morale, but that's fine. Morale is basically like your MP. It's like how you do the special attacks, like to target certain parts of the body. And so if your morale is higher, you start with more of that at the beginning of the mission, which can really help you snowball really quickly. Because if you get like 1 or 2 targeted shots on like the same mech's like leg or something and it falls down, then you can make it a 4-on-3 fight really quickly instead of fighting 4 versus 4 forever. So high morale is very good. But just through the course of playing the game, we're going to increase the morale pretty easily, so I'm not that worried about it. The Last Cup. On your way to the Leopard's Galley, you run into Surmeyer heading the same way. Commander, it's been a long week. I know I can't make more hours in the day, but I can make more coffee. When you enter the cramped galley, you find Glitch and Decker in a tense standoff in front of a nearly empty coffee pot. Glitch sees you. Commander, this is the last of the coffee. The XO says we won't have any more until the next supply run. Decker shoves his way forward. I got here first, and she almost stole it while I was looking for my favorite mug. I can give it to Surmeyer, but I can't give it to Decker or Glitch. That's funny. Let's all share. Exasperated, you squeeze your way past them into the galley and take 2 cups. Pouring the coffee equally into both, you say, if you can't act like adults, we'll have to resolve this like your children. You hand 1 cup to Glitch and 1 to Decker. Drink up. The next time I send you planetside, I expect you to make every single shot. After they leave, Surmeyer sighs as she stares at the empty coffee pot. That better have been worth it. Now excuse me while I go discuss shopping priorities with Darius. But that's good, because now Glitch and Decker both have high spirits, which means they're more likely to hit. They have higher morale, so that's good. So we're getting to Detroit. Space Detroit, not Earth Detroit. We've arrived at Detroit, Commander. Ready to proceed with our current contract? And we're going to proceed, because we've already done all the stuff we want to do. Oh. Huh. Oh, this is a new thing that they do. So now, because it's a planetary government mission, I'm using their mechs, I guess. This is new since the DLC. I think what I'm going to do is I'll send in Behemoth, because she's our best pilot, and I'm just going to put her in the heaviest thing I have, which is the Shadowhawk. Actually, maybe the Blackjack is better. The Shadowhawk is way, like, tankier, though. Let's do that. I took this job because I had mechs that are way better than the tonnage that the enemy is going to have in this. But I forgot that now if you do a job for the planetary government, they provide you with a certain amount of mechs. Which sounds good in theory because you're obviously not taking as much of a risk with sending your own mechs into battle. But for now, it sucks because they're all light mechs with pilots whose abilities I don't control. So early on in the game, I was excited about these missions, but now it kind of sucks that I can only use one of my actual characters. But that's okay. This is going to be a short mission. I'm going to get down there. We're going to win this battle. I'm going to use these crappy light mechs that they gave me. I'm not going to let these pilots die, but I'm going to care about them less than my own pilot, because if she dies, I would be very sad. Okay, so it's just saying that there's enemy signatures. Burger Time says, let's do this. Ugh, man. Don't like these loner guys. Stubble, Flapjacks, and Pontoon. Oh, all friendly mechs must survive. Okay, well, I cannot be risky with them then. I'm worried if I run up here that they're just going to kind of all collapse on me at this hill. So let's kind of go over to the side over here and try to see if we can scout out what's up there. God, these urban mechs suck. They're so slow. And Behemoth, I want her to just get in there, because she's my brawler mech, so what I'm hoping is that she'll just be able to melee attack these lighter mechs that the enemy's going to have. Let's go up this way.
I'm going. Got it.
Okay, there we go. We got contact. We'll send one guy up on the top
Order
up there.
acknowledged.
Actually, let's sprint her in here.
I copy.
Hope she just gets close enough to pummel something early. Is it just this locust right now? This either seems like a trap or very, very bad strategy.
Standing by.
Okay. Well, I'm worried about more enemies back here, so I don't really want to send this up here, even though it's tempting to try and get to the back of it. I think the better play is to send it down here. Try to attack from there.
Got it, Commander. Receiving you.
I kind of wish this game is what Halo Wars was. Like, I would definitely play a Halo skin of this game with the Halo units. Just thinking about that because this music is very, like, faux Halo in the background.
On it.
That was a good shot. Got rid of that arm.
Reporting. Critical hit.
Thanks, Flapjacks.
Commander?
Okay, let's just move in here. I think we're okay. I don't see any other mechs, so... it would be very funny to me if it was just this locust. There has to be more than it, though. Okay, almost destroyed its center torso. Behemoth, do your thing.
Move order received. Firing.
Didn't stand a
The last
chance.
primary target is down.
Okay, okay. So there's there's backup. Usually I just kill the other mechs because it's easier than getting to the evac zone. But I might just run to this evac zone because the mechs are really far away.
Roger.
The evac is here, and the enemy mechs that got dropped are over here. This is a weird mission. I can't believe it was just that single locust. That target is optional. I do like destroying optional targets that are in large mechs. Maybe I should do that.
Affirmative.
That would explain why it was just a locust. Because
Coordinates.
if it's only got a half-ton weight class, then the computer can't really afford many more units. I wonder what this type of mech is. It's just another locust. I love that the text chat said like it's big, like it was some terrifying thing. But we're just gonna blast it. I think it's fine. This is me getting cocky here, maybe. I don't think it'll be a problem, though. Oh, he doesn't have a lot of missiles, so let's just do a regular attack. This is mostly just to get rid of evasion, more than anything.
Standing by.
This guy's really far away. Urban mechs are so slow. I literally never use them because they're such garbage. I hate that this is making me use mechs that I hate. Oh, God. They're so far back. Okay, well. That's okay, because I think Behemoth has got this.
Yes, Commander.
we're gonna have you just jump right behind it.
Acknowledged.
Precision strike right on that back, and then fingers
All
crossed.
weapons.
Well, I destroyed everything else.
Hell yeah.
And I think I get a whole turn now, yeah, because I've used that precision strike. So we're just gonna melee attack it, and that should be enough. Oh my god. He missed his melee attack.
Succeeded in missing the target. Ready
You
for
sure did miss the target. Oh god.
jumping.
Okay. Flapjacks, you have done nothing in this mission so far. Because you're way too far behind.
I'm receiving you.
Can you even get a shot? Oh my god. So miserable. I'm lucky this is just a locust because these guys are zero help.
They're flanking.
Okay, well, that did nothing, so I hope that she can just like punch it now and we're good.
Good to go.
Oh, I can't get a melee attack on it because it's standing on the top of a hill, but that's okay. That was the most overkill.
That's a kill.
Wow, I cannot believe that mission was just 2 locusts, but here we
Mission
are.
successful.
Very successful mission. Well, as you can see, I am the best mercenary that's ever existed. Nobody can rival my combat prowess as I take out 2 of the smallest and worst mechs in the game. So, take that. The good news is we got money for it, and it helped us. Spend time fixing our mechs, which was really the important part of that. So, we're almost at 2 hours, so we're gonna call it here for today. I was hoping maybe we could get to another story mission, but that first one, I forgot that first mission is pretty long. So, oh, we just unlocked our next story mission. So, I think
Mech you wanted is back online.
I think up next we're going to be. Oh, let's just sell this locust. We don't need it. Up next, we'll do that next story mission. Maybe like one more warm-up mission before that. But we got $2 million in the bank. We got some cool mechs. Missile boat is almost done, so we're going to be able to do that. So we will save this here, and we'll come back to BattleTech at some point in the future. That was fun. It was fun to play on stream. I think sometimes with strategy games, it's hard to tell if it's going to translate to streaming really well, if there's like enough to talk about for it to be interesting. And I feel like with this game there is. So if you wouldn't want to see this game continued, I guess let me know in the comments. But we will do something different next time. We're not going to come straight back to BattleTech, but I'm going to be trying out some other games. I have Xbox Game Pass, and I have some games from that I've been wanting to try. Some of them are just like cold games that I haven't played at all, which I think are going to be cool. And then other ones are just games I've played a lot of that I want to show off how cool they are, like Slay the Spire and that kind of stuff. So thank you for watching. Thanks for this awesome BattleTech experience. I love strategy games. Hoping to bring more strategy games to this channel, and also just more videos in general. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed. You've really helped us grow our subscriber numbers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button. It really helps us out. And thank you so much. I hope you all have a good rest of your day.